The following is a Broncos Broadcast Network production.
Welcome back, Davenport Broncos. You are here with Eric Dorado.
And Justin Medina.
And we welcome you to the Week 4 matchup of the Davenport Broncos football season against the South Lake Eagles. Now, here is a non-conference matchup. We don't exactly know what to expect. But South Lake is 1-2 heading into this matchup against some very stiff competition. But Davenport has the advantage when it comes to record at 2-1. What do you expect to see here today, Justin?
Well, this being my first game back commentating since last season,
First
I haven't
back.
seen much from the team, but I have high hopes for this season.
Yeah, of course. So I have been keeping monitor of the game. This is the second game that I will be here commentating, and what I've seen is the defense does have to stiffen up a little bit. They let up too many points last time we were here at home in the crushing defeat to Spoto, and the offense just has to get going. See, the offensive line actually began closing up and defending for Josh, but he just couldn't find any receivers, and the receivers were making critical mistakes. Some of that might be like equated to the rain. It was heavy raining that day, but we'll see. They're trying to get their first victory at home. So Southlake has won the toss here, and they choose to defer in the second half, which means that Davenport will start with the ball here. A rather extravagant entrance here for the Davenport Broncos. They do seem to be very fired up heading into this matchup. And the one important thing at the start of every game, you have to begin with some momentum. That did happen the last home game in Davenport, but they weren't able to maintain it. But we'll see if they're able to start something here. Trenton Applewhite directly back to receive. And we are off. It goes to Trenton. He fumbles it. He tries to take this kickoff back somewhere. Tries to find some space, finds a gap, makes some space, and gets tackled at about the 32. And there's already an injury timeout in the first snap of the game. We are back from the injury timeout. It does seem that they're able to hop off of the field, and we are starting here at about the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. We'll see if the offense can start off anything here. One running back in the backfield. They do run with their first play, try and find a gap, and it does not get many yards.
They're going to get snuffed out.
course. It is very common for Davenport to try and establish their run game at the very start, considering that they do have a dual threat quarterback in Josh Middleton. Our 2nd and 8. Empty set here. And then it is a motion to have Jalen Parmley back there again. And
they're going to give it back.
Again. He tries to bounce on the outside, but they are all over that, and it might be a loss of yards there. They can't get too predictable with their play calling because that is the bane of what happened last game.
The Broncos back in 3rd and 10. Final chance to conceive on this down.
Another empty set. They do definitely need to throw the ball here. Maybe find one of their star wide receivers open. They are playing man on the defense. We'll see. He's looking, looks to the left. There might be some space.
Finds his man. Number 17, Bryden Eccles. Still on his feet.
Oh my
Still on his feet.
Oh,
Fumble. It's going to be recovered.
Oh my goodness, from so good to so bad so quickly.
Oh my God, just when the Broncos found the momentum, the ball gets picked up by the other team.
It was a beautiful pass and catch in stride there, but he tried to do just too much with the ball. And he loses it, and it's going to be South Lake. Very unfortunate circumstance there, but they had to get it back on the defensive side. And so it's going to be South Lake on the offense now. Oh, and it gets snuffed out immediately right down the middle, and that gets no yardage there. But with that first drive, you definitely love what you saw from Davenport there. It's just a mistake that happens. All right, so it'll be 2nd and 8 here. We'll see if they're a running team. They try and find someone on the outside. Bounces on the outside. The ball is short, and he finds nobody. It's going to be an incomplete pass for 3rd and 8. Davenport is typically used to playing incredibly run-heavy teams. It does seem like they are willing to throw the ball. South Lake is.
Money down for the Broncos. Good chance for them to get the ball back and with good field position.
Regain their position. Shake off what happened in the first drive. They clearly had good momentum going here. Maybe try out their passing game more. A lot of the times they do try and establish a run game, and it's not incredibly effective.
Yeah, good spot for the offense to pick up where they left off. They weren't off the field for too long.
For sure.
Come back on hot and ready.
They're definitely not tired. It's going to be a run to the right side. He might get some space, but not enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th. We'll see what they do here midfield. And it seems like they are going to punt here. It's a good defensive stop here from Davenport. The linebackers and defensive line did close out. Is Trenton back to receive again? It is an incredibly high punt. It's not going to go very far, but it gets a South Lake bounce until it rolls out at the 30. Davenport back on offense. We'll love to see what they do here. They do love running these trips where they have 3 wide receivers on one side. Yeah, oftentimes they do trust their wide receivers in one-on-one coverage. So we'll see what they do here. Empty set. It's a motion. It's going to be a pass.
Oh!
Ooh, a pass while being contested. It's going to be a first down. It was an absolute laser there by the quarterback. Good catch by Jamichael Hill. Absolutely. I mean, you see this team and you realize this team is incredibly effective in the passing game. There might be some mistakes here and there, but when it comes to getting the ball to the wide receiver, they're very effective.
Oh, yeah, they're doing an absolutely wonderful job keeping that defense out.
Oh, it's going to be a bad snap. He finds it outside. Let's see if he finds anything. Oh, he
looks like he's able to stay on his feet.
He needs to throw it away. He doesn't. Oh, and he tries to run for it. He did.
Big loss of yards for the Broncos.
Absolutely.
He managed to stay on his feet, but couldn't make anything happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, he most definitely had to consider throwing the ball away there. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe he wasn't confident that he was going to pass the line of scrimmage, and it might be intentional grounding, but that is something that you definitely had to consider there. So now they're pushed back incredibly far. It seems like maybe even 30. It's just a bad snap there.
The Broncos are going to have to resort to a big play to get them out of this position.
Absolutely. Try and find someone down the middle.
Oh, it looks like they try to do a screen.
And that, in case they try to have the inside receiver cut down the middle, and there was nothing there. So it's going to be 3rd and a mile here. You'd expect a deep ball. Maybe a throw on the go route, maybe to the outside receiver, Biden Eccles. Third and long. There is some space there. He tries to find someone deep.
Go.
Oh. Throws it just overthrown. Not a bad ball, though. And it's going to be 4th and long. Of course, they're going to have to punt it here. Kind of a disappointing end to the drive, but the bad snap did ruin the rest of the drive here. So they're going to get back on defense. Quick drives for both teams, it seems like, with 7:54 left in the first.
The kicker, Dante, is going to have to put something special on this ball to get the Broncos out of this position.
It is a decently far punt. Let's see if it gets a good roll. And it does. It gets a Davenport roll.
Spectacular bounce.
Oh, my goodness. And it puts them right back in about the 23-yard line. How about that? I think that was by far the best net yards they got on a punt this season. An amazing roll and an amazing punt as well. So put him back at about their own 23. It's the South Lake offense on the field now. We'll see what they do here for their second drive. It's a screen pass. It's interesting. He gets some space but gets taken down before he can get the first. Good tackling there by the backer. Interesting play call though, but it was effective. Tackle down. Excuse me, it was by the free safety. Giovanni Jimenez with the tackle. He's a great tackler in the open field, and he got to the wide receiver there, excuse me. 2nd and about 2. It's going to be a run down the middle that does not get the first down. A great tackling there.
Amazing stop by the Broncos defense.
By Brendo Colo. Brendo Colo has been out there getting tackles the whole year. Incredibly good linebacker here. It does end up being a first down, 1st and 10. They got just enough. Ball is placed at around the 34-yard line. They haven't really changed their set much. We'll see what they do here. It's another screen pass. He bounces out on the outside before getting tackled. But before getting tackled here by Jonathan Fields. It is another first down here. They got about 10 yards. So these screen passes are incredibly effective for South Lake. As it's a timeout. All right, so coming out of this timeout here, it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 45. Davenport needs to figure out what to do on these screen passes. They do typically have a nickel defense, 5 DBs back there. So it's interesting to see how they adjust to this type of passing. All right, 1st and 10. It's going to be a run here, bouncing outside. We'll see if he finds some space. He does find some space, but not enough for a first down. It's going to be about halfway there. 2nd and 5. South Lake is beginning to put up a very slow and tedious drive, yet an effective one. All right, 2nd and 5. It's another.
Laundry on the field.
Yeah, you would think it's on the offense here since they blew it dead early. It is a false start on the offense to make it 2nd and 10. And they really utilized those screen passes. Excuse me. They were gonna do it before the play was called dead. So 2nd and 10 here, they just have to stop it right here. Okay, 2nd and 10, we'll see what they do here. 2 people back there. And they give it to the farther man back. Oh, they misses a tackle. Tries to evade another one before getting piled up by the rest of the defense. It is a good defensive stop there to make it 3rd and long. Evaded the first tackle, but it slowed him down just enough for everyone else to jump on him. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. Of course, you're going to see the ball get put up in the air here. Although they still have 2 people back there. We'll see. It's going to be, you got to drop back to pass. It is deflected in the air. A great deflection there, and it's going to force a punt. That is a good defensive stoppage to kill the momentum of South Lake. Now let's see what they do here on offense. Both offensive possessions were killed by 1 play. Let's see if that happens here. Same returner here, if the ball gets there. Is a low snap. The ball is actually delivered at a decent spot, and it will take a half decent roll to land at about the 20-yard line or just below it.
The Broncos are going to pick up the ball at the 16.
And they have a lot of field to work with here, but they also have a deep playbook. We'll see what they do here. They might try and establish the run game again. They do like doing that when they're forced into their own end zone. Or not forced into their own end zone, but into their own side. You have to get both types of offense going. Or not, it is going to be an empty set at 1st and 10. They do want to test out their passing game. All right, 1st and 10. And he passes it another deep ball. We'll see if he makes some space. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! How did the ball get out of there? And it's gonna be a touchdown. How on earth did he manage to get the ball between two defenders?
Almost intercepted by Southlake. Managed to get through to the hands of number 1.
Carl Jean Barr. Who
What an
else?
amazing play for the Broncos.
How did that happen? We thought the ball was swatted away until it ended up in his palms. We wish that we could have saw a replay there of what happened, but it was clearly a perfect ball, so that Carl Jean Barr could actually get to it. That was a perfect pass and catch. Absolutely mesmerizing, bro. It's
a QB's touch there. By
yeah,
Josh Middleton.
absolutely. And the ball was placed perfectly. He was about 25 yards back with 2 defenders on him. It does not get better than that. There's an extra point here. Oh, wait, from the 16-yard line, it would be about an 84-yard touchdown. Oh my goodness. I do believe that would be the longest touchdown of the season, or at least at home.
Dante for the extra point. Holding is going to be Bryden Eccles.
And the kick is up, and it looks good. 7-0 Davenport here. But one thing, you know, we have started off in the lead in the last game. We cannot get too confident here. We have to play good on both sides of the ball for all 4 quarters. We all know football games are won in the 4th quarter. But it was a good offensive drive, if you even want to call it that, for Davenport. It was just a 1-play drive. Two individuals in the back receiving for Southlake. The ball is kicked off here. It is blown dead, though, by the referees. We'll see why. They go back to position. Maybe they didn't blow that the play was live. That's probably what it was. ball is officially kicked off now. It is a little less effective of a punt, of a kickoff here, but they find some space. He breaks through a few tackles before finally getting brought down at about the 44-yard line. It is a good return here from South Lake, and now they're back on offense. We'll see what South Lake puts up here. They have one thing to know is that they have not gotten any less than 5 yards off of a screen pass yet. So we'll see if they continue to utilize that.
2 in the backfield again.
As there's going to be a flag here, it might be false start on the offense. It does seem like they only have 2 wide receivers out there, although they aren't scared to pass the ball.
Yeah, it seems like they're really just trying to punch through that Broncos D-line with their run game.
Absolutely, but it might be a good thing considering that the Broncos tend to have 5 defensive backs on the field. Well, it's going to be first. It's going to be 1st and 5. The penalty was on the Broncos. They do try and run it again before getting stuffed short of the first down. The defensive line and linebackers just close out too quickly. It would be of their best interest to not run the ball down the middle.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and about 4.
You got about a yard there. They try and run it again. He does get some space, which could possibly get him the first down. It'll be and a first, it will be just enough. 1st and 10. It's gonna be 1st and 10 here. It's gonna be another flag, which pushes South Lake back, I believe. No, it is on. It is on Davenport here. Can't really identify what the penalties are here, but it is just chipping away. First and 5 here. And another flag here. Waiting to see what the call was. It's gonna go back to 1st and 10. It might be a false start there. So we're back to exactly to where we left off. So 1st and 10. Oh, he steps back to pass, finds number 4, and gets tackled, brought down aggressively there by Jonathan Fields.
South Lake going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, the first down is there. They do end up getting about 12 on that play. But Jonathan Fields did stop it from being something much more extravagant. First and 10 at about the 35. They again start chipping away. It's going to be a run down the middle. He actually does bounce off some defenders before getting tackled, but he gets good yardage there. So it's going to be 2nd and about 4. This could potentially be the last play of the quarter, if not second to last. It's going to be another drop back to pass. He finds some space, but
Just a little bit out of reach for number 12.
absolutely. You might, if they do not convert here, you might see Southlake go for it. They have some time to think it over. It is about to become the end of the first quarter. They're just outside of field goal range. They have not. There is a flag that might push Southlake back. You see, it is a timeout. Never mind. You did see some Davenport players cheering there. You would assume that it was going to be a flag on Southlake. A half crucial third down here. It's going to be a motion by number 4 to the right side. Tries to find somebody. Oh, it was a trick play there that even caught me, and it gave him a great amount of yardage to very easily get the first down and put them in the red zone, possibly first and goal here. It was hard to see what happened there. It was a lot going on back there. But nevertheless, it is first down. Do it again.
Looks
It's going to
like
be the
the QB's
quarterback.
gonna keep it again.
Oh, and he gets some space. It might be a touchdown.
He's just shy.
So, yeah, just before the end zone here. We'll see if they can get a goal line stop, but the running has been very effective here. As it's the end of the first quarter. It's Davenport Broncos 7, Southlake 0.
Southlake with only 3 yards to the end zone, very likely to tie it up at the start of the second.
First and goal, Southlake from the Broncos 3-yard line. And that's the Southlake touchdown.
Southlake is gonna pick up the touchdown. He's gonna tie it 7-7 pending the kick.
On the extra point for Southlake, number 17, Christopher McKenna.
Big kick. One in the back for the Broncos. We're gonna hand it off to number 4. He's gonna find a gap.
That run by Conley is good enough for a touchdown.
He's gonna get the first down. Broncos at the 30.
It's going to be a loss here, 2nd and 12. Empty set, 3 on the left. Tries to find someone down the middle. Bryden catches the ball, finds a gap again.
Number
And he
17
stays
still on his
up.
feet.
He stays
He's
up
gonna
again,
take the
just can't do
outside.
too much. And there you go. He gets his play back and makes a huge play. An amazing play for Bryden Eccles.
Manages to maintain control of the football this time.
Well, what
Big
do
gain
you
for the
know?
Broncos.
Bryden Eccles, typically used as a safety blanket, is showing up this game. Wants to make a name. And what better moment than a tie game here? Also want to give some credit to the offensive coordinator here for Davenport, drawing up some very nice packages. It's going to be a run here. Bounces out to the left, tries to find something until a flag gets thrown.
Holding on the offense.
It's a rough penalty there.
Broncos gonna deal with the 1st and 20.
All right, 1st and 20 here. Tries to find a gap in the middle, tries to gain some of those yards back. Breaks off a few tackles before getting tackled. And gets about 5 to 7 yards there for a 2nd and long still. So I want to give some credit to
Broncos gonna try the pass here.
I want to give some credit to Jonathan Fields, as you see him playing both sides of the ball, Travis Hunter style. You have to give credit where credit is due. But they are probably going to look for the pass here. And that's what they are. Tries to bounce out,
Can't
doesn't have a
find
lot of time.
anybody.
Tries to go to the middle and gets tackled. Before even reaching the first stick, it's going to be 3rd and about 14. Has to find something here if he wants to continue this drive. It's gonna be 3rd and 16 here. Wants to find something deep here, but can't be too reckless. Or maybe he can, you never know. Tries to just find the deep ball at around the end zone if it gets picked. Steps back. Finds someone. Number 2. Oh my goodness!
Oh! Number 2 just tipping it around in the air. Couldn't fully get his hands on it.
Yeah.
The Broncos going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, Jonathan Fields there. It was about an inch high. Was able to get it and bobble it to his position, but was not able to bring it down, unfortunately, which would have gotten them the first down that they needed. So they're going to be back to punt here. Have an opportunity to put them really back into their own territory. Only gets hang time on that punt, and it's outside. So put them at about 30. See all these offensive drives, there's just little mistakes here and there. Let it be a holding penalty, a fumble, a drop pass. It's just these little mistakes that Davenport has to clean up, and if they're able to clean up, that their offense does become incredibly effective.
Yeah, definitely a lot of promise from the Broncos offense, just not enough connection.
You go 1st and 10 here. Tries to find someone, but he is all the way covered, but drags him for about 3 yards.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 5 for Southlake.
Yeah, it's Landon Peters with the tackle. 2nd and 5. It's the same concept, but this time gets snuffed out immediately before even developing.
Great read by the Broncos defense.
Absolutely, they're snuffing that same concept. But they are able to get yards out of it. Won't be surprising to see the same type of play ran here again. But it's going to be 3rd and 4, and they need to stop here from Davenport. One thing about Southlake is they will not change their set, but they actually, it's a fumble! Who jumps on it?
Recovered by the Broncos.
And it is recovered by the Davenport Broncos. Try to change it up a little bit, give it to the second running back, but it seems like they were just not ready for the handoff, and it's recovered by Davenport in Southlake territory here. Best case scenario here for Davenport. It was hard to see who the ball was recovered by. But recovered by Davenport nonetheless. There's going to be a timeout on the field with 6:38 left in the quarter. 7s all around. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 26, or 36, excuse me. Oh, it's going to be
Josh
a
is gonna keep
designed
the ball.
run. A designed run stopped short. Thought it was a horse collar tackle there for a second, but nevertheless, it is a short gain from the design QB run. So it's going to be about 2nd and 8. It's going to be a handoff again, but this one gets covered up too before he gets any substantial gain, and it's going to be 3rd and long. We'll see what they do here. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Of course, you're going to expect the pass here, but we'll see what the package is. Motion by number 1 to the right side. It's called Jabbar. It's going to be a screen pass. Cuts
He's gonna
back.
fake one.
And he tries to push through, but isn't able to get the first down. You wonder what they do here. Could they potentially go for it? Did try and get shifty with it, but it was hard to find some space there after evading the first tackle.
Looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Yeah,
By the Broncos.
yeah, they're assessing their options. They have the ability to go for it, but they don't know exactly what to do. They are in a favorable position and about the 36-yard line.
4th and 7, a good way to go before the first down.
Astronaut 13, Space Coast 6, Apopka 42, Westport 0, Horizon leads Forest 13-7, Lakewood Vista High School leads Oak Ridge 10-0, that's in the first quarter, and Harvey leads Bayside 10-0, that's in the first quarter. I'm sorry, that's at halftime. And finally, Woodbury leads University 43-7, that's in the
Looks like the Broncos are going to decide to keep their offense on the field.
Absolutely. He drops back to pass, tries to find someone down the middle, and
Finds
oh my goodness! With the helmet off and everything, he is out of his mind right now.
Spectacular dedication to the ball shown by number 17, Bryden.
Yeah, did not give up on it. The second the ball bounced up, he ran up to grab it again. He's out of his element right now. He's. Oh my goodness. What a way to not give up on the ball there. This gonna be 1st and 10 here. Trying to develop the run game again. Finds a little gap to try and make some space, but is brought down early. Gonna be 2nd and 7 here. We'll see.
Good.
But a flag is on the field. It might be a false start. Davenport actually chose to change their set a little bit. Only had 2 receivers out there. 2nd and 13 for Davenport. At the 26. Anyone who understands football knows that it is harder. The closer you are to the end zone, it is harder to complete a pass. So there's a good chance that they run it again here on 2nd and 13.
Looks like
That
they're
is what
gonna
they
try to run
do.
through
Bounces
number
out
4.
fine. Does find a good gap there.
Gonna pick up some good yards.
So it's going to be 3rd and 6, it seems like. Yeah, 3rd and 6. Of course, great chance that they pass it here. Trips on the right side, it seems like. It's actually going to be a handoff here. Finds a good gap that might get them the first.
The Broncos are gonna pick up the first down thanks to number 4.
Jalen Parmley. And Jalen Parmley has been getting a lot of carries here today. Some effective, some not. 1st and 10 here. Pushing the red zone, if not already there.
Testing their run game
Oh,
again.
he bounces outside after he couldn't find a gap and gets some decent yardage there. It's Parmley again with the carry.
The Broncos almost bullying their way to the end zone.
It's going to be 2nd and 6 here. They're just chipping away at it. You know, Davenport does love throwing to Carl here on one-on-one coverage. Oh, and it is dropped there, which would have gave him the first down, potentially even the touchdown. It is Devin Seymour. Ball was slightly high. But good attempt regardless. It's going to be 3rd and 6, it seems like. Unless they get pushed back. Which it seems like they did. So Davenport did get pushed back here, so it's about a 3rd and 12, it seems like. And a lot of times, what I was going to say before I got cut off, is that they love throwing to Carl Jean Bart one-on-one in these situations. He does always tend to have just one corner on him, and they just love throwing the 50-50 ball. But they do motion him. Oh, and it's a cut back here, and that's exactly what they do. And he puts it in!
Touchdown,
Like
double coverage.
always.
Amazing grab by Carl Jean Bart.
It's not very complicated, but I'll say it's a foolproof plan to always throw the ball to him in these situations. It's going to be 13-7.
It's like his hands are magnets.
Absolutely. But there is a flag on the field here that might negate it. Touchdown, but barring the flag.
Oh. False start on the Broncos is going to stop that momentum that they had. Bring them back.
Yeah, it's just these penalties that constantly nag at the Broncos in these good positions.
It's
Yeah,
just the small lapses in discipline that can change a game.
Absolutely, and they want to change the set here. It seems like Southlake is now ready for that, so there's going to be trips on the left side with Fields, Bart, and Eccles. He's going to find on the right side now, and he drops it, but there's another flag down on the field. You wonder what that is. Joshua just... Surprisingly, they do not decline the penalty, but it is on Davenport to push them back even more. Does give Davenport another chance to throw the ball up. Josh was just looking at his first read. Maybe has to monitor the field more on this play.
Now or never moment for the Broncos.
Absolutely.
3rd and forever.
Here, you have to contemplate just throwing the ball up. If it gets picked off, you're going to be in good field position regardless. Just don't worry about the counting stats here. Just worry about playing football, doing exactly what you need to do is score and prevent the other team from scoring. going to be third in a parking lot here for Davenport. We'll see what they go. Of course, it's going to be an empty set. But yes, I do suggest just throwing the ball up. There's 3 wide receivers right there on the left side. But he looks to the right, and it's going to be broken up, nearly intercepted. He was going to throw to Jermichael Hill. He didn't even turn around. So yeah, in this position here, you do probably expect a punt. Although
it does
Josh,
seem like their offense is going to stay on the field.
very strange decision here. On 4th and really, really long.
Southlake starting at the 30 isn't.
They actually
worst
go for
spot.
it, and they throw it up deep.
Throws it a deep prayer.
I would say, unfortunately, that was incomplete. Would have put him in better field position. Probably, that's what they should have done before, but it probably would have been better if the ball was picked, pushing them back to their own end zone. But nevertheless, it's going to be Southlake ball here at about the 35. Just a weird decision to actually go for it there. Oh, but it also seems that there's 33 seconds left on the clock. Pardon me for not noticing the time. So I assume that's why they go for it. Of course, Josh also has to throw a ball that is playable, or that is catchable. We'll see what they do here. 33 seconds left. And he gets tackled. That might be the last play of the half.
Looks like Southlake is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, stop the clock here. Maybe wants to throw the ball deeper, or just maybe have something go.
See if they can come up with a play to put them in the lead before the half.
Twenty-two seconds left on the clock. We'll see what they do. They do step back to throw. They're going to throw it deep here for a chance, but it's completely overthrown. No chance that the ball reaches the receiver. And that's exactly what they call a timeout for. They just want to throw it up. You do expect them to run the ball here, considering that if it's incomplete, technically Davenport does have a chance to throw the ball into the end zone. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. 15.9 seconds left in the quarter.
On 2 out to receive.
And that is exactly what they do. They're going to kneel it out just to make sure Davenport doesn't get a chance. And that is going to be the end of the half. It's Davenport Broncos 7, Southlake Eagles 7. Southlake does start with the ball in the second half. Welcome back, Broncos. It is the start of the second half here. Remains Davenport Broncos 7, Southlake Eagles 7. Southlake will begin with the ball here. What do you expect to see in the second half here, Justin?
I'm expecting to see a lot more discipline from the offense. You know, we've had some mistakes, false start, holding, fumbling of the football, and that sort of thing just can't happen in the second half if we really want to close out the game.
Absolutely, I agree there for sure. You also want to see like the defense lock in, try to read some of these running plays that they're going to. The DBs have been doing their job, but when it comes to the defensive line and linebackers, they're just having a hard time reading the concepts that the offense puts out.
South Lake to receive.
I told you. I told you I was gonna go there. Oh, oh. 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 Ah. Right. Ah. No, but what did he when they come down? So hey, we just switch.
And the ball
Yeah,
is
try
it's
an
gonna be like an
onside.
onside kick. A fumble it. Oh, they have
And
a
the
chance
Broncos-
at it.
The Broncos get the onside.
I do believe that it is a completed onside kick. The ball did pass 10 yards out, I believe. And it is recovered by Davenport. What a play there. Just an out of nowhere onside kick at the.
Not what you would expect at the start of the
Absolutely
second
not.
half.
I do remember at the during a game last year, Davenport did the exact same thing down, and we went on a 5-minute rant about how it was a bad decision, but it worked out here.
This is certainly a new team.
Yeah, absolutely. They just fumbled the ball right there, and even when they tried to retain it, Southlake just lost the ball after feeling some contact. So
Definitely caught off guard. Not what any team would typically do in that situation.
absolutely not, but Davenport starts here with the ball. Best case scenario, again, let's hope that penalties don't ruin it. It was against Ridge for the final game, and very upsetting loss there, considering that Ridge was not that great of a team. But nevertheless, we are here this year. He finds a gap, and there's going to be a flag. You did see a small gap there on the left side that he could have bounced out to, but it was small. It was a small game. There's a flag.
The Broncos are going to get pushed back for holding.
Not a good start to the drive.
We just can't keep on seeing this from Davenport. It just seems like they've been incredibly undisciplined here. And a lot of the games it's end up like this. It's gonna push them back very far to about 2nd and 20. First and 20, excuse me. All right, empty set here. Number 7 on the defense steps back, trying to make some space, and it's gonna be! Oh my goodness, nearly intercepted there. The slant from Brian Eccles was covered completely by the strong safety or the linebacker, excuse me. So it was the wrong decision there, but he was bailed out by the drop. As they say, that's why they are DBs and not receivers. They have DB hands. So 2nd and 20. They're gonna put 3 out there on the left side. Maybe find a more favorable pass. He steps back to throw, tries to find someone, cuts down the middle, sees some space, it gets closed up immediately there for about no gain. So it's gonna be 3rd and incredibly long.
The Broncos forced to pass in this situation. Let's see what goes on.
So they're going to look for a big play here. But they do have Parmley in the backfield.
Most likely for blocking.
Yeah, potentially so. They do definitely need that in this position. He does say that there. He does get some space.
Oh, it's going to get picked off.
Oh, my goodness. And a very athletic interception by number 7 there in South Lake. But in all honesty, that is the play you have to make if you're Josh Milton. You have to get the ball in a favorable position, maybe throw a 50-50 ball there, because you have to go for the first down regardless. You can't play it safe. So it's gonna be South Lake ball at their own 45. But yeah, and very athletic interception there from number 7.
Yeah, I definitely put South Lake in a great position to start their drive.
Absolutely. See, and this is just something else. The drives are derailed every time by the same thing for Davenport, and that's going to be penalties. Keep on bringing them back.
It's just the little lapses in discipline that are really hurting
Absolutely.
the
He
Broncos
cuts
this year.
through, but he does find some space on the outside before getting tackled before the first marker, so it's going to be a loss of gain. Yeah, so what? There is a flag on the play, though. The flag. It's
Penalty after penalty for the Broncos. Unsportsmanlike conduct this time.
it's just completely unnecessary. I don't know what happened, but it's just these things like this. You have to maintain your control and discipline here, because it's oftentimes things like this are gonna lose you the game.
Yeah, a great team like the Broncos playing an undisciplined ball game is what's costing them.
Really, and this happens incredibly. It happens too often for sure. It becomes frustrating to watch as it's 1st and 10 at about or in the Broncos territory. He tries to find someone, and it is
gonna be
swatted
incomplete.
away, or it is touched. What is it? Butter Johnson there with the touch. Put a finger on that ball and made it just low enough to where he didn't catch it. Good defensive play there and defensive recovery by Butter Johnson. It's going to be a screen pass here, but this time they are all over
They're
it.
gonna swarm it up this time.
It's the first time the screen pass has not went for positive gain.
Minimal gain for
Absolutely.
South Lake. All right, looks like we're back in action. 9:52 left in the quarter.
No scores yet coming in this half. It's going to be 3rd and long here for South Lake. Gonna try and find someone on the left side of that field. He motions to the left, finds some space, and he
Looks like they might be able to get that first down.
It depends on the spot, but the ball was caught before the line of gain. But it seems like they might give it a first down.
They tell me they're going for it. I'm looking at that.
Looks like they aren't going to move the sticks. It's going to
No.
be 4th and short.
He was just short there. He caught the ball, but the ball did not cross the plane, and they're gonna run it down the middle. He might. Did he get it?
Oh, that's close.
Did he get it? They're arguing over it, and it is a first down there. They got just barely enough there. Unfortunate, nearly stopped by Davenport. So, they run completely down the middle. It seemed like a direct snap. And they do get good yardage there.
5 yards, second down and 5.
Second and 5 here.
I tell myself before the game, the vein on the side of my head.
They're chipping away at it again, getting close to the red zone. It's going to be a quarterback run, a Zion QB run, which might be enough.
No, not that big. The other big before half.
Very close. This is going to be third and short.
About 2 yards to the first down for Southlake.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, though, is during halftime and before the game started, this is field goal range for their kicker. Their kicker does have an effective leg. But we'll see. It's a handoff short, and it seems like they are going to get the first down here. And that they do. It's a reset of downs here, heading into the red zone. They've not tested the DBs a lot here in this half. And it's a fumble on the snap! It seems like it is recovered by Southlake, though.
I probably would have jumped, coach.
No one on the defensive line.
Second and 10 for Southlake.
No one on the defensive line noticed it in time. It seemed like the quarterback was the one who recovered it. It's going to be a motion here by number 12. And it's going to be a handoff, direct handoff. He didn't seem to gain any yardage there, though. Yeah, one thing that Southlake does seem to like a lot is these quick handoffs. It seems like nearly like the ball was snapped directly to them. The handoffs come off in like half a second, and that's where they get some space to run. All right, it's third and long here. Might test out the throwing game
Two
here.
in the back.
And they try and pass it, one-on-one coverage! And they're gonna call PI on that. That's what's gonna happen. Unfortunate. He did get handsy there. I'm not sure if I would have called that a pass interference. It seemed like he got touchy the second the ball got within range, but regardless of the situation, it's a pass interference. Regardless, the wide receiver did have hands on it, though, so he was in good position to catch the ball. It's just another penalty. So it's going to be first and goal here. They're
Gonna
going to
give
run
it
it
to
to
number
number 3, and he has some space, and
Look-
it's going to be...
Oh, he's going to get the touchdown.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the gap was just way too open there. Gets tackled just in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown for South Lake. Yeah, their run game has just been incredibly effective here, and when it has been effective, then it's just been negated by a penalty caused by Davenport. So it's going to be 13-7 to barring the extra point. Yeah, that kicker does have a leg.
South Lake's going to pick up that extra point, 14-7 South Lake.
It's going to be kicked off here. This is usually... as it's fumbled, he has to pick it up here.
Bounces off 25's chest. Tries the outside, can't seem to make anything of it.
As long as he doesn't
He's
lose
gonna
the
be
ball.
stopped within the 10.
As there's a flag, it seems that there is a scuffle going on in the middle. As I was going to say, though,
Looks like number 14 did a good job of avoiding any penalties to himself there by making it known that he wasn't.
but as I was going to say, this is usually the point of the game where Davenport tend to throw it away sometimes with the penalties and just the mistakes
My
on the
mistake,
field.
Number 19.
And it is not a good start here. Yeah, so the ball is going to start within the 10. A terrible field position there because of a muffed kickoff. But they're going to... Seems like they're going to run the ball
Try
here.
to run game. He's
Does
found
find
good
a
hole.
gap and gets good yardage there, actually. One thing I just noticed as well is... Oh, no, excuse me. It's another quarterback in the game, or another person who received the snap. I believe it was Josh for a second. I was about to say that he was playing with gloves on. No, they put him back in.
Hey, this is a good play action for formation. Where's one at?
Oh, they're going in a set with 2 running backs, though.
Looks like they're going to give it to number 4. He can't find a spot to get through, though.
It's going to be 3rd down here.
Hopefully the Broncos resort to a pass.
Yeah, 3rd and medium here. There's two backs again.
Looks like Josh is going to
They
keep
run
the ball
for
this
it.
time. He's going to be kept out of the first down, though.
You wonder what they do here. It is 4th and short. It actually wasn't Joe. I believe that was Carl Jimbar who received the direct snap. Just trying to maintain their running options here by putting in their star wide receiver in the backfield. But it's 4th and short.
Punt team's going to be out on the field. Let's see how far Dante Ginoto can get this one out.
It is a
Little high
punt.
snap.
It's a decent one.
Good boot on the ball.
Hoping for a muff, but that wasn't what happened, and it's about the midfield again, and it's gonna be Southlake ball again with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Excuse me, it's gonna be a run here for good gain. See, they snapped the ball incredibly quickly. 2nd and 2, they get an 8-yard gain here. All right. So you're gonna expect a run here, of course, just to get that first down. And it does, and he
Yeah,
breaks
they're gonna
through,
punch
gets
right
a
through.
bigger gap, gets some space, hard to get tackled, and gets an extra 10 along with the first.
The Broncos defense is just not stopping that Southlake run game, and it's really hurting this game right now.
Yeah, and the fact that they are running so much is making the defense exhausted.
Yeah, that's a lot of contact for the defense to go through with a high rushing team.
Yeah, absolutely, and the fact that our offensive drive was cut so short last time, they barely had any time to rest. 1st and 10 here. It's going to be a bounce to the outside. It does
Looks
not
like
get
he's gonna
tackled.
Get the first down as well.
Yeah, you can tell every individual on this defense seems to be tired. They're struggling to get the full tackle until they get help. It's going to be a first down into the red zone.
The defense just needs to commit to their gaps and their assignments and stop this run.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, at the very least, it's heading into the end of the third quarter. Let's see if they stop them up to that point and maybe get a breather. 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to the second running back. He finds a huge gap. Nearly a touchdown there. And it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the strong safeties and the linebackers are just having a hard time crashing down on that
Terrible
running back
time,
and seeing-
absolutely.
and seeing where the ball is going through the mesh.
Yeah, the offensive line is doing a
It's
great
really
job.
messing with this defense.
Absolutely. The offensive line is doing a great job in creating gaps, and the linebackers are just not vigilant enough to realize where he's bouncing out to. It's going to be 1st and goal in a great position to score before the quarter ends. And seems short. Might be the last play of the quarter. Do have time for one more. And it's going to
Resorting
be
to
a
their effective
run
run game.
strong one. Might not get it, and it does. It is a touchdown.
Southlake is going to bring the score up to 27 Southlake.
Yeah, it's just to the point here like I said, it's becoming deja vu. At the midpoint of the third quarter is typically when Davenport seems to get tired, get exhausted, and seems to throw the game away with whether it be the defense just playing slower than usual or the offense making bad mistakes. It's going to be 21-7 heading into the fourth quarter.
Southlake's gonna miss the kick. It's gonna remain 27.
Yeah, and now we're heading into the fourth quarter, and it's going to be crucial drive time where you have to score if you want to win this football game, and you have to stop the other offense.
Yeah, the offense needs as much time on the field as possible, especially to let that defense have a chance to rest up.
Absolutely.
To go back out there again.
Absolutely.
Somebody get the G for me? How you feel about you at Nick? We got too many, bro. We got 12 guys out there.
Oh, big boot from the Southlake kicker. They're going to call it a touchback.
It's a weird rule.
The Broncos are going to start with the ball at the 20.
It's a weird rule that if you put a foot in the end zone, it's going to be an automatic touchback. I would assume that you were able to return it if you do catch it. But nevertheless, it is going to be a touchback with 4 seconds left in the quarter to see if they could do anything.
Hey, tell nothing about both.
4 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see what they draw up here. It's going to be a passing play. Bounce on the outside. I don't think he can find anyone. And they find
Looks like
Carl.
he
Got
finds
some
Carl.
space before
They're going
getting
to get
tackled.
the first down. Just short of the 40.
Yeah.
Let's hope the Broncos can avoid a penalty here on this drive.
As it's the end of the third quarter, it's going to be Southlake 20, Davenport 7.
Hurts to see the score at this point in the game, especially with such a strong start from the Broncos. Bless you.
In the middle on the run. He can run the quarter. Hey, Cam got to know his win, man. Bro, you can't get 5 yards.
Yeah, one thing you like to see there at the end of the third quarter is Josh was throwing on the run, which is something that he had yet to do all game. And see if he can continue that. It seems like when he gets on the run, as there's a flag there, as he gets on the run, he likes to just carry the ball and run it himself without looking at his options. But let's see what the flag is. It's going to be a flag on Southlake. Seems to be a 5-yard penalty. Might be offsides. Empty set, 3 wide receivers on the right.
He got to play with it. He's a freaking robot right now. I love he's taking the coaching.
It's going to be a motion. And it's going to be a
fake
QB
the
run
handoff.
before getting stopped down the middle to make it second
Minimal
and 5.
gain.
I'm going to say it like this. The ball game is won in the air in these positions when you're down like this.
Yeah, definitely have to get back to that pass. It was working so well for them in the beginning of this game.
I got to develop it. He got to get it. We got to play both, bro.
Especially with receivers that are making catches out of seemingly impossible positions.
Second and 5. It seems like it's gonna be another run play. That is stopped short. They read it like a book. It said that they are down on the ground. Could have been a fumble. So it's gonna be 3rd and 5 here. You do expect a throwing play here, and if they don't get it, then it seems like you have to go for it at this point. Of course, empty set. We'll see. Might find something down the middle. On 3rd and 5, you have to find these short gains, these short passes. Your slants, your hitches, not your goes. And he does overthrow it here. Couldn't find anyone, had to look at his safety man, and he overthrew him.
Overthrown at 3rd and 4.
You do assume they're going to go for it here with 10 minutes left in the game, down 2 possessions, and they don't. Interesting decision here.
Playing a safer ball game in this 4th quarter. Nice punt from Dante Donato.
He catches it, fair catch at about the 28-yard line. And one thing you can't have here if you're Davenport is a monotonous drive. Very tedious one by Southlake, because you only have 10 minutes left in the game. You decided to punt on 4th and 4, and now you have to make sure that you don't pay for those. You don't pay for your actions.
Yeah, Southlake is going to take as much time as they want on each and every single play here. Establishing their run once again. Looks like it's going to be shut down this time.
Absolutely, it was shut down immediately there to get maybe a yard.
Ball carried by number 3.
2nd and 11, it actually was a loss of a yard. See what they do here. They do love this. They're set with 2 running backs back there. And it's gonna be to the second one. He doesn't get a great gain though. This is exactly what Davenport needs here in order to cash in on that punt. They need to just stop them. That's all they need to do. They need to stop them.
Yeah, the Broncos defense is finally crashing down into those gaps and stopping that run.
And most importantly, no penalties. On plays like this that are this crucial on 3rd and 7, you cannot have a penalty here. You can't have an offside, pass interference. You can't have any of these calls that would change the entire game for something that was not necessary. It's gonna be a fake handoff, throws it to the right side, has to make a stop!
Oh, he finds his man.
Beautiful ball there.
Gonna pick up the first down with a pass to number 12.
Yeah, it's legitimately a really good throw. Finds just the open gap to find his man, throws it short so he doesn't take too many risks. And it's gonna be 1st down here in the midfield. Time is starting to run out. First and 10. It's going to be a handoff against the second running back. He finds a gap. He finds some space. He finds open grass.
Oh.
He might not get caught. He trips over it, and it does not seem it's going to be a horse collar or not, and it's going to be a touchdown regardless. And the DB goes down. It's just an extremely open gap there. Nothing more you could do. The linebackers were caught sleeping. The defensive line couldn't.
Amazing space made available for that running back
Absolutely.
to just punch through that hole that created by the O-line and ended up proving lethal to the Broncos.
The offensive line has been doing a great job realistically for South Lake to open this game up.
Yeah, the only reason the run game has been this effective is because of the offensive line they have on that field.
Absolutely. They do have effective runners, but it's the blocking is where the running really matters.
Going for the 2-point conversion to make up for that missed kick.
And they do
Looks like they're going to get it. Game is going to be 26-7 South Lake.
Yeah, with the score like this, things are starting to look really bleak. I do not want to sound like a broken record, but it is a must score for sure.
Hey, we need to get somebody for Malik. Tell him we can go down.
Big boot from the kicker once again.
It's
going to be a touchback.
I do assume that they are going to begin getting pass heavy here. You have to score, and you have to score quickly. There's no chipping away at the score. But they do a motion to put Parmley back there. We'll see.
Looks like Josh is going to keep the ball. Looking for
throws
his man.
it up. It's too
Big,
wide.
deep ball.
Yeah. Incredibly hard pass to make there and catch. But you have to get the ball out there for sure without getting sacked.
Yeah, they're really going to have to trust in their passing game, especially in this time in the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much time left on the clock. They have to do something.
Yeah, for sure. And you just can't, if you get picked off, if you get incomplete passes, it doesn't matter as long as you really try to do so. You can't just play damage control. The short pass here. And
it's going to be dropped.
Yeah, 3rd and 10.
Incomplete.
Seem a little demoralized here.
7 minutes left in the game. I'm not sure how recoverable this is.
You got to step back to throw. Find someone deep.
Looks like
a little
for
overthrown,
number
and it's
3.
going to be incomplete. At this point,
Too much on the ball. It's there. He's just got to put that ball in the right spot.
yeah, for sure. That's like, at this point, you can't make these lapse of judgments that you weren't making the entirety of the game. This is stuff that you can't just make out of nowhere in this position.
Yeah, this is where you really have to earn your spot.
Exactly.
And prove that your arm can get the job done by putting the ball where it needs to go.
And he's proven that he can put the ball where it needs to be, but I don't know if he's just lost some motivation in this position. But regardless, they're gonna punt here. It seems like they are. The game is starting to break through for South Lake. Catches it clean at the 50.
South Lake's going to take over at the 47. 6 minutes and 54 seconds left in the game.
Put our best man. Making sure those guys understand. So I would put Juju or Ron. And if we gonna have
See what they do here. You expect for them to try and kill the clock here. It seems like, I assume that the defense is playing with a little bit more frustration, considering how this ball game is turning out. But yeah, they are going to take their sweet time to drop a play here, of course. It's going to be a run down the middle. Does not get gigantic yardage, but it's good enough for 3rd and short.
South Lake really taking down that clock, leaving the
Yeah.
Broncos with almost nothing left once they get that ball back.
Third and medium. It's going to be a handoff. He gets some space.
Oh, he's going to get the first down.
And
Can he get
much
away?
more. And much more. And
Pushed out of bounds.
But he does run straight into the red zone. Yeah, absolutely everything is starting to open up. He runs out of bounds. The clock stops.
Number 9 didn't want to risk the chance that he might miss the tackle, just decided to knock him out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And Southlake is in the red zone here. Great position.
Southlake going to try their run.
It's
Gonna
going to be
be
a
to
run on
number
the
3.
outside.
Oh,
Gets
number
pursued
4 is going to get a good read on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Swinging him around.
He went
Going
out
to
of
bring
his...
him back a few yards.
He was not going to miss that tackle. He was...
My apologies, number 9.
The clock does remain running, considering that he was out of bounds while running backwards. Second and 15, it seems like. Not that it matters too much.
Going to be the number 2. Broncos defense going to get a good read on it this time. They're still going to pick up some yards.
They will be, and it's going to be 3rd and long here. There is a flag there. Yeah, Southlake taking their sweet time here to run the play. Just want this game to end as quickly as possible.
The Broncos left at a point of no return.
Absolutely.
Not much hope left for them in this game.
They're just a first down away from being able to kneel this game out. Ryan gets some space.
Oh, he's going to take it to the outside. Flag on the field.
Gets some space here, a touchdown, but we'll see what the penalty is. Seems like it might be on the defense. We'll see. The foul was on Southlake, so it is going to remove that touchdown there, but the clock is still running, so to be honest, it might be best case scenario for Southlake. One minute left in the game. Referees, if they don't get a touchdown here, might potentially let this clock run out. They throw it up to absolutely nobody. It's gonna
give it away. The clock's still gonna be winding down.
They stop it there for the incomplete pass.
1 minute and 7 seconds left in this game.
In my opinion,
the Broncos are essentially out of it right now.
Absolutely.
All they can do is hope to keep Southlake out from scoring again.
Gonna be run. They do actually intend to go for it. It might be a first. And it seems like they did not get it. It's 59 seconds left on the clock. They might just run the ball out here.
Broncos starting in their own 10.
have someone in the backfield there. That's exactly what they're going to do.
It's going to get to number 4. A tackle's going to be missed.
And you're going to get tackled there with time winding down. We're going to run one more.
Going to give it to number 4 again.
It's going to be tackled inside.
Can't shake anybody this time.
Seems like they are content with letting this clock run down.
10 seconds left in the game.
They do run more and more. It's going to be a throwing play, overthrown.
Going to get rid of the ball at
And
the last
that
second.
is ball game here. Final score 28, South Lake Eagles 7, Davenport Broncos. We do thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Eric Dorado.
My name is Justin Medina.
And have a good night.